welcome, you beautiful souls, to Viata's Tiny House Village. I'm Viata, and I'm here in my village, and that's my tiny house behind me. And I'm here today to make a special video about the events this past 3 days on Sunday, especially. So, welcome everybody. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. I always forget to do that because I'm fairly new. But we're going to be having more Boot Camp for Peace videos. I'm going to be doing one once a week after the events of Sunday. I'm led to put out more videos on Boot Camp for Peace. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Viata. I've been a life coach, holistic life coach for about 35 years now. I've got two beautiful grandchildren that are teaching me how to be a better life coach. Yeah, because I'm listening more. But this week, I just have to share my wisdom on the lessons from a suicide by fire. Oh my goodness. On Sunday, for those of you who may have been under a rock or who didn't see this shocking video of this 25-year-old Air Force active employee of the military, Aaron Bushnell. Whoa, it was shocking. And I want to just bring some lessons for us because after processing the shock, that was 3 days ago. Sunday, February 25th, 2024. That was actually an 8. Somehow I'm into numbers, as you may know. Number 8 is new beginnings. It also represents infinity. So after getting over the shock of seeing this young man filming himself burning to death, shocked. The world was shocked. The world is shocked. And people are reacting and responding in so many different ways. But one of the things I thought was really amazing is the artwork that came out of it. In fact, my thumbnail, I believe, will show you the artwork. And I might put it up here if I have a chance to put up the artwork that someone created to bring this lesson and this message to us who remain on this challenging earth journey. So let me say that I think a week before Aaron Bushnell's decision to end his journey on this planet as a human male body, there was something that happened at the UN that may have triggered all this. It's like, and the UN to me is a puppet show. You got a bunch of men and women who sit around the table, especially the Security Council. And last week, a woman by the name of Linda Thomas Greenfield, she's the U.S. ambassador to the United States. Very interesting looking puppet. And she sits there in her puppet costume, a dark-skinned woman with a little gray hair, and she speaks with such articulation and authority. And stick with me now. I think this is going to be so important when we go into Suicide by Fire by Aaron Bushnell. Linda Thomas Greenfield, puppet of the week, last week at least. So this was the third time, number 3, think about number 3, third time the UN presented a resolution for a ceasefire in Gaza. And the majority of the people, the nations around the table, agreed to the resolution for a ceasefire, except for 2. Guess who 2 were? UK abstained, and the United States ambassador, Linda Thomas Greenfield, said, no, we don't want a ceasefire. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. And some of her reasons for this, that the resolution does not condemn Hamas. That's the big propaganda, Hamas. And it hampers the ability to find a more permanent ceasefire. And it put sensitive negotiations on a negative impact, which would not achieve goal of sustainable peace. Great puppet analysis. Linda Thomas Greenfield. She must be the most hated person in the planet right now. So this was her reasoning as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. All this reasoning bullshit. And not one word about all the babies and the people who are starving and the children and the destruction of buildings. Not one word. She's just a puppet. Okay, puppet. So almost 7 days later, Aaron Bushnell shows up as an active duty Air Force employee of the United States military. Okay, you got we say UN, Miss Greenfield. No, it's not the time for a ceasefire. No, we don't. We got to keep killing the babies and the children and starving the people to death. This is a puppet analysis. Okay, my analysis, my perspective every day. Deep breath, stay calm. Now, Aaron Bushnell shows up on Sunday, which is an 8. And he's got his phone camera going, and he says, I will no longer be complicit in genocide in Gaza. And the most shocking and the most memorable words that came out of his mouth while he burned to death, literally burning. He's screaming, free Palestine, and that was the last words from his mouth. Shocking for the world to see. And the first video I watched, they had a shield over his body burning. That went viral. The shield came off, and everybody got to see this young man's body burning while he's screaming, free Palestine. Take a deep breath. Process this shocking presentation from Aaron Bushnell. So I want to just give you a few lessons, and I won't be long here, hopefully. I'm really being led by Spirit of the Universe, the Most High divine order here, because it's so important that we have reached this point of another shock about war. We have accepted war as a natural, normal part of living on planet Earth, right? And someone said recently, and I'm trying to remember who it was, that no peace-loving human being can ignore the carnage in Gaza. I can't remember who I wrote that down. Let me repeat that. No peace-loving human being can ignore the carnage in Gaza. Well, the military-industrial complex is obviously not peace-loving institution, corporations, whatever. They are profit-loving institutions, people, right? Because every time a bomb is dropped in anywhere on the planet, whether it's the Congo is a mess too with carnage, whether it's Gaza or anywhere else, the military-industrial complex is not peace-loving, obviously. They're profit-driven. And so we have to admit that our United States government is just totally profit-driven, not peace-loving at all. Let's just wipe that away, not peace-loving. So we have to change our expectations, our hopes and dreams that we could be ruled by a government that is peace-loving. Not happening, okay? And even the United Nations, resolutions and appeals galore from other countries, and people are continuing to starve and die in Gaza and the Congo and other places where the Zionists and other entities, evil entities, are dropping bombs, pulling out guns. We have to admit at this point, as Aaron Bushnell has brought the lesson, that we live amongst a warmongering, non-peace loving society, government, corporations, let's say. And a word that came up that I want to share with you: emulate. Instead of suicide, many of the comments that I heard were not even mentioning suicide. They were saying emulation. This emulated, that this person emulated on Sunday, February 25th, and he was condemning the Hamas. No, he was condemning the complicitness of in genocide. Now, emulate means, I had to look it up. I'm like, emulate? What? Emulate looks like a suicide to me, but emulate means kill or offer as a sacrifice. Kill or offer as a sacrifice. Well, in Aaron Bushnell's words, he said he was presenting to the world, his own words, the video, an extreme act of protest, extreme act of protest, an active duty member of the United States Air Force. So, in my mind, extreme act of protest, rest his soul. He's in heaven. He's in a peaceful place. Thank you. Yeah. An extreme act of protest, that's his words, is suicide. It's suicide. But many people you'll hear say that he emulated, which is kill or offer as a sacrifice. Now that's true actually. There's no right or wrong in this situation in my mind. No right or wrong, because there are so many perspectives out there that are presenting their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings about this shocking visual we just witnessed. And so we have witnessed an extreme act of protest by Aaron Bushnell, 25 years old. I'm of the baby boomer generation, my late 60s. I so identify with Aaron Bushnell and that generation. There's a lot of pain in the young generation. And I want to just say we need to offer healing and peace for the younger generation. If you're a baby boomer, older, that doesn't matter. When you enter the military, and I was married to a Vietnam veteran. I have several Vietnam veterans who come on my show on Friday, Health and Wellbeing with Viata. And I have several Vietnam veterans who come on my Sunday show, Soul Purpose Healing. I've heard their stories. I've interviewed them. My current partner, who I love dearly, and we spend a lot of time, we have so many conversations about his experience in Vietnam. And most of the baby boomers who served in Vietnam, they woke up real quick after all the suffering and the pain. And many of them are now joining Veterans for Peace. Thank you. So the sign up rate for the military in the United States, way down. Why is that? Why don't we have droves and droves of people going into the military for the benefits, for the educational benefits, for the food, for the training? It's a whole new generation. And you have some people commenting ignorantly, I think, that don't they know that they signed up to drop bombs on people and that's what the military does? We're going to end that BS. We've got to end the BS of war is the solution. That's why military sign up rate is way down. And I'm thankful that young people are waking up and they're realizing diplomacy might be a better solution for human beings and not war and fighting and death and destruction, starvation, all the horrible things that go along with war. Why would we want to continue that in this day and age? I'm ready for something new, and that's why I'm offering Boot Camp for Peace every week on this channel, Viata's Tiny House Village, because the village is very peaceful. I have birds singing. I've been on a long journey to let go of a lot of things that I didn't need anymore, let go of consumerism. I only buy what I really, really need. And I lost my car last year, and it's been a blessing, really a blessing. Thank goodness I have a son who bought a new car. And I was discouraging him from buying a new car. And I thought, well, after driving in his new car, I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad. I lost my car and I get to drive his car part time. Blessings galore. So I'm staying in gratitude, especially after Aaron Bushnell's very powerful message. He would no longer be complicit in genocide. Now, many of us have been complicit in genocide because we aren't doing a damn thing about what we're seeing on social media, YouTube, on the news about what is going on in the Congo, what's going on in Gaza, and all the other places where the military has power. We have this unfortunate power over countries that thinks bombing and fighting and killing is the solution. And the United States government is the worst, because our Congress, our senators, they all shrills or puppets to the APAC and uh, uh, all the other puppet masters, lobbyists. Until we get rid of lobbyists, I think in this country, we're going to have a battle of our own in the United States. We've been in a battle. We want to come out of the battle. And it's up to us to promote boot camp for peace. And that's what I'll be doing every week. I'm committed. Aaron, thank you, Aaron. I feel your spirit. I feel your soul speaking to me. And I'll be doing a boot camp for peace at least once a week, maybe more. If my partner visits, we might do another boot camp for peace, because he is in harmony with me and unity to bring a message of peace. And that's what we all need to do. This is the solution. This is the lesson from Aaron Bushnell, 25-year-old. Bless his soul. Bless his soul. I'm actually grateful for the lessons that he's bringing. I think more people might wake up and stop being complicit in the genocide. So I hope this message is helpful for you, because the United Nations, they're not the answer. They're not the answer. No solution there. They're just playing puppets playing their little game around the table, presenting resolutions, appeals, and then the United States, nah, we don't want that. We want to keep pushing the bombs, and it's not the time. It's not the time. Well, Aaron Bushnell just told us this is the right time for us to push back in every way possible. Stop being complicit in the genocide. No, no, no. We should be raising our, whatever platform you have, whatever voice you still have, you're not burning on the inside. I saw Aaron Bushnell's protest as a consequence of the conflict that many soldiers are in, being asked, being commanded to kill and destroy. There's an inflammation going on in many of our military soldiers, Air Force, Army, Marines. There's an inflammation going on inside, a conflict brewing and stirring and heating up. And Aaron Bushnell just showed us the consequence of that. And Miss Linda Thomas Greenfield, yeah, you got blood on your hands, along with many of our government employees. Joe, Genocide Joe, that's the nickname for the president of the United States currently. Actually, he's really not the president, but that's another story. But he's playing a good puppet role of president. We call him Brandon, President Brandon, Genocide Joe, and many other names for this puppet. It's all a puppet show, puppet show. But we can now, I think, have peace that after Aaron Bushnell's very powerful message, the shock of watching a man burn and screaming his last words as he's burning. His flesh was burning. as his soul was escaping into paradise. That's how I see it now. The flesh burning, screaming, free Palestine, free Palestine. And his soul exited, escaped from the flesh. That's what we all should be doing. Leave this flesh, not in a death way or suicide way or an emulating way, whatever you want to call it, but get into the spirit message of the burning by fire from Aaron Bushnell. Love, prayers, prayers, and hugs, hugs, hugs to Aaron Bushnell's family. Oh my goodness, I hope you can really appreciate what he has left us. A huge message to stop being complicit. We've had enough. I've had enough. No more genocide. Peace, peace. We need peace. And all prayers and hugs for all people serving in the military. I just know there's a fire burning inside of you because you're in conflict. You're in conflict, tension, anxiety around the war in Gaza, in the Congo, and everywhere. Time for peace. No more war. I hope everyone watching this message will begin to do whatever you can that you have not been doing to bring more peace and to let our government know, military complex, let them know we're done. We've had enough of this war show. Get rid of all these war movies and say, well, we learned something from the war movies, but we're done. We want peace now. Thank you, Aaron, for your message. And thank you all for spending this time with me. I hope you'll share this with anyone who's really in distress or anxiety about Aaron, but he's gone. He's in peace. He's in peace. And we are left to fight the battle with corporations and governments who are warmongering psychopaths. But I'm going to promote Boot Camp for Peace right here at Viata's Tiny House Village. Like and subscribe and join me every week as we navigate through this new boot camp. We want a new boot camp. Get rid of the old for war. And let's all join in unity. They've tried to divide us, but we're not going to be divided. We're going to move forth in unity, harmony, and love. So thank you all for being here with me, and share this if you know anyone who might be struggling with getting out of war mind, war body, and they want peace in their life. That's Aaron's message for us. Thank you, Aaron, and thank all of the military employees who are doing a mind renewal shift into peace. So we're going to say goodbye with our favorite video. This video highlights for us the life we live in a more peaceful environment with cows and horses, and a more minimalist lifestyle. That's what I promote here in Viata's Tiny House Village. And join me every Friday morning on Health and Wellbeing with Viata on the Female Solution platform, where I share all the experience and knowledge I've gained in over 35 years as a holistic life coach. Lots of experience. My dad lived to be 95 years old. Boy, that experience alone was enough to keep me in perfect health and joy and gratitude. That's why I can, after 3 days of shock from Aaron Bushnell, I'm in gratitude, because I believe his message will wake up a lot of people who've been too complicit in genocide. That's what he said. And he free Palestine. That means free your mind. Free your mind and stop the warmongering. All right, we're going to say goodbye with our video of horses, cows, and tiny house living. All right, thank you all.